What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alonzo with GulfCoastSmoke.com, and today we're making pulled pork. Pulled pork is super duper simple. Don't overcomplicate it, but I do want you to think about a few things while you're making this. So number one, any smoker you're using, Traeger, Weber kettle, Gateway drum, we're using that today, offset. You want to run this between 250 and 275 degrees. Either of those temperatures is perfect. Anything in between, that's going to be perfect as well. You also want to make sure you have some good seasonings on hand. Today we're using our very own Southern Belle and Southern Hospitality. Southern Hospitality is going to be our sweet rub. Southern Belle is our savory rub. I'll go lighter on Belle than I will on Hospitality. You guys will see that in a little bit. But always make sure that you have good flavor that you could put on this Boston butt in order to create that perfect pulled pork in the end. We'll show you guys a few different ways how we like to eat this. We got some sliders, we got some nachos, but anyway, let's get right into this cook. So before we do anything else, I want to get my Gateway drum fired up. Today we're going to set it up a little bit differently than we normally do. Normally I actually fill the basket up all the way, but today I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to fill it up 3/4 of the way because we've been doing a lot of testing with the Gateway drum, and we found that it simply doesn't need to be filled up all the way. Gateway drums cook hot and fast, even if you're only cooking at 250 or 275 degrees. So we know that this is not going to take all day long. I estimate 6.5, maybe 7 hours, and that's going to be perfect. I'm going to get plenty of smoke out of 3/4 of the basket here. Also, I'm going to put my fire starters off to one side, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to place this pulled pork right in the middle of the grate. When I do that, I want to rotate it about every 45 minutes just to make sure that it's getting evenly cooked all the way around. These Gateway drums can get hot, and I don't want either side to burn, so I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to keep the fire to one side. We'll try that out today, and we'll see how it goes. Now, you'll notice one thing on this butt that I have today is that there's a large fat cap on the bottom. We're not going to touch that. We're not going to do any trimming on this butt at all. And the reason I want that is because that's going to act as a barrier between the fire at the bottom of my Gateway drum and the meat. This is going to protect it. It's going to make sure everything stays juicy, doesn't dry out too crazily. And if that fat gets crispy, it's no big deal. In the end, when we're pulling the pork anyway, we're going to pull out all the big pieces of fat that no one wants to eat. So it's really not a big deal. So now that we've got the Gateway set up exactly the way we want, let's get this seasoned up, and we're going to put it right on the pit. After that, like I said, we're going to be checking it every 45 minutes, and we'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. Okay, I got the pit running right at 250 degrees, so we're gonna put this on. I forgot to mention earlier that I'm using hickory and cherry chunks today, and I'm using B&B briquettes, so I'm just gonna put this right on the middle of the rack, and then we'll check it again in about an hour. Okay, it's been about 5 hours. We're gonna check this now. So we did rotate every 45 minutes to an hour. Of course, we were spritzing as well. So let's take a look at this piece of meat. We'll wrap it inside of a half pan. We're not gonna put anything in the wrap, and we're just gonna let this thing go until it's completely tender. So let's take a look. Yeah, everything is looking really nice. See a nice bark forming here. Nothing is too burnt anywhere. Deep mahogany color. I'm really liking the way that's looking. So we're just going to take this off. Like I said, we'll put it in a half pan, and we're going to let this keep going until it's done. Okay, 7.5 hours later, we're going to check this pork butt one more time, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be done or very close to it. I've been checking it periodically. I don't like to put a leave-in thermometer in there, and the reason I don't like to do that is because I don't like to poke the foil. I just think that if I don't need to, I won't, and that's just kind of the way I do things. If you want to leave a leave-in thermometer, that's completely fine. I don't see a problem with that. It's a little dark outside, so if you guys don't see the pork butt very well, I apologize, but I want you to look at a few things. I don't want you to look at the temperature that's on my Thermapin. I want you to see how easy it slides in whenever I'm probing this. So let's go ahead and look at it right now. Super hot. Be careful. Definitely wear some gloves. Oh, all right. Color looks great. Like I said, I know it's a little dark out here. I apologize about that. But look at how easy this goes in. No resistance. No resistance. Everything is looking and feeling really good. Again, I'm just going to keep poking it. I mean, so if I can get you to kind of focus right here. Again, look at how easy this goes in. Boom. It's like melted butter. And so I want you guys to concentrate on those things when you're cooking barbecue, rather than just, hey, it says 200 or it says 210 or 203, whatever. I've heard all the numbers, and honestly, I think that those numbers are great guidelines, but the feel is the best way that you're going to put out good barbecue. Anyway, let's get this inside. We're going to let it rest for about 20 minutes. We'll pull it apart. We'll make some sliders. We'll make some nachos. Then it's time to eat. Hopefully you guys are having a great week. Don't forget, if you like barbecue content, subscribe to the channel. We're going to try and do a lot more longer cooks because it's not as hot right now in Texas. Typically it's been really hot, but anyway, let's get inside and let's start to eat. Okay, so about 7.5 hours later, this pork butt is done. We let it rest for about 45 minutes, and now we're about to pull it. You guys are going to see that I think I'm going to be able to take this bone out with no problem. And that's a nice indicator that this is done. So my sister's here, we're about to eat. I'm gonna make this pretty quick. Come on in, let's pull this bone, pull the pork, and then I'm going to end this, and we'll get some footage later of us making some sliders and some nachos. Clean bone. That came out way easy. So you already know this is gonna be super duper tender. Let's just show you. I mean, I'm doing no force. This is no force at all. I mean, literally. Juicy. Look at that. Look at how juicy that is. Looks amazing. Smells great. Watch this. It's very hot still. So that's actually going through my gloves and through the cotton gloves. That actually hurts, but it's all good. So I'm going to take a quick bite with the bark on it. You see that nice smoke ring? Quick bite. Then it's time for the outro. Time to show you guys what we're going to make with this. Southern Belle and Southern Hospitality bring the flavor. Perfect bark, tender, juicy, delicious. This is a very simple recipe. Like I told you guys earlier, keep your pit between 250 and 275 degrees and look for the probe tender in the meat. Don't concentrate so hard on the numbers. I know the numbers, everybody says the numbers, and I get it, but it's a great guideline, but it's not the end all be all. Feel the meat, make sure that it feels tender, feels good, and that's gonna give you the best barbecue possible. If you guys enjoyed a video like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And as always, I really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one. Too easy.